I'm live now. Live now. I didn't even have a chance to share. Give me a second. Here, do a little bit of sharing. Just to one other place. All right. Been doing some cleaning up and straightening up in here. You can't tell from there, but I'm gonna tell on myself because here's the thing. I'm the kind of person like this. I tell you this. This irritates me. This looks like crap. It irritates the hell out of me. Okay. And I usually decorate and I put things up and I like rooms to feel good and I'm good at it. But it seems like every time I start to get it done, I go ahead and do it. We move. I'm so tired of fucking moving that I'm afraid that if I commit and put things up, I have a fear that I'm just going to be forced to move. And I don't want to put in a bunch of hard work for me to just have to take it all down again. And something that's been going on with me that's been bothering me for a while. And I just came to that conclusion today, so I thought I'd say it out loud to see if it fit, and it sure seems to be fitting. So, yeah. Now it's about time I got this place straightened out and to where it needs to be. So, all right, let's do some introductions and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm not going to specifically get into, well, I might. Who knows what I want to talk about? I don't even know. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host. Yes, I love superheroes. My favorite DC is Batman. My favorite Marvel is Spider-Man. So, if you'd ask me to pick between Batman and Spider-Man, it would depend on the day. All right. Yes, I know. But like that's kind of childish. You know what? I'm still. I didn't get to grow up, so I'm growing up now. I want to be a Toys R Us kid. All right, let's get to it. First of all, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I used to be a drug and alcohol counselor, but that wouldn't really count in this realm. The CAC is not the same as an LSCW or something like that. But we may have what is called P.A.W.S, post-acute withdrawal symptoms. And these usually come in the form of mental illnesses. Can be physical. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I'm pretty sure it could be. I mean, if you're not doing anything and your anger could probably start to get to you. So here are some key things first. Let's talk about a few things. Let's start with narcissism. Narcissism is it is an actual mental illness, okay? And just like alcoholism, they cannot help themselves. Now, and when it comes to being diagnosed, am I a narcissist? No. Okay, but when I was drinking, do you know what it looked a lot like? Narcissist behavior. See, when we tell people no, we're not drinking, and they don't think that is part of the symptom, and then it's alcoholism, your alcoholism will look like a lot of different things. Depression. That's number one. Why is depression number one? Alcohol is a depressant. You spent years putting a depressant in you, and you think you're going to get away with depression. No. All alcoholics go through depression. Maybe not deep-rooted depression. I may not. Some of us do, some of us don't. You know, I deal with, so I've always had depression, and or at least that's what people have told me. Okay. Anxiety. Yep. Anxiety. Very, very close second. Very, very close second. See, what happens with anxiety is this, is I already feel crappy, right? Because I'm not handling my emotions. I'm not dealing with my emotions. I'm sweeping them under the rug, or I'm drinking at them, or whatever. So when this builds up, okay, and you don't sleep because you're drinking. Did you know that when you're drunk, you don't dream? If you don't dream, you don't REM. If you don't REM, you don't get sleep. You don't get sleep. Okay? I'm going to tell you what alcohol does, and most drugs. Okay? They will antagonize this. Now you may get you may get relief for the moment, but what that drug is going to do is it's going to attach. I don't know what it is, but it will make things worse. When you sober up, it will be worse. Okay? And that's how our problems start to pile on us. Okay? What else can it look like? ADD, ADHD. You bet. It can look like that also. Okay? We got another one. PTSD. PTSD. Now, the problem with all of these is they all come with something else. Denial. They come with denial. I had my first anxiety attack. I knew that it was PTSD. But when my therapist brought it up, when my wife brought it up, what came out of my mouth was, don't you dare put other people down like that. See, I'm putting me down. See, I'm determining my worth through denial, through pride. Don't put down those people that went out there and fought those wars for us and compare them to me. I didn't go through anything like they did. And my therapist is like, correct, you went through something else, which is why it's complex. Like, you motherfucker. Always adding these little names, little titles. I don't have PTSD. I have CPTSD. I don't have anxiety. I have acute anxiety, and it's not very cute at all. All right, let's get to some solutions on this, okay? Will AA help you with this? Yes and no. Okay, depression. Well, you're not drinking a depressant anymore, so that's going to help. That's for sure. You're not putting a depressant down yet. But now you have these emotions. And in the beginning, depression is going to be the main one. Okay? Well, you just lost your best friend. You're grieving. You're grieving. Okay? Here's the key. 6 months. That is the key. If you are an alcoholic, like I was, okay, then you cannot be diagnosed, and you're being honest, you cannot be diagnosed until you are 6 months sober. Or what you're going to get is you're going to get a misdiagnosis. And you will be given the wrong meds, and then shit really goes downhill because you're on the wrong thing. Now your mind is doing something else. Okay. So in the big book, it says on page 58 that there are those of us who suffer from mental disorders, but we do recover if we have the capacity to be honest. And it's true. I had to be honest with myself. Yes, Dion, that shit happened. It happened, dude. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Okay. I needed outside help. EMDR helped me out. Great. Now I find something to get rid of these nightmares and life would just be wonderful. Okay? And I'm at 8 years now. So here's the key, or here's an answer, or whatever you want to call it. The 12 steps will relieve a lot of this. Okay. I had already been through the 12 steps, and people were telling me, yeah, that's resentment. It's resentment. I'm like, I've been doing this program for a long time. This is not a resentment. It doesn't feel like a resentment. I know we're getting the same result, anger. But that's always the result when it came to my emotions. The finalization would be anger or depression, okay? Because I didn't know anything else. I had to learn to do some things, and it was the hardest shit I've ever done in my life. Okay? Because I do believe that there are people out there that you can fuck somebody's life. You do. Yeah. Okay? But I'm talking overall, I'm talking in general here, right? I hate saying it. I hate being told it, but it's still the truth. And when it comes down to it, the truth is usually the hardest pill to swallow. And the truth was that I had undealt trauma. I didn't deal with it. I wasn't honest when I was younger. And I'll be truthful. It never occurred to me. It never occurred to me. I didn't put the two together. So what do? We seek outside help. Okay. Now from here, I'm just going to give you my experience. Yours might be different. So I am now coming all the way off of all my meds. Because what happened is I got in the program, okay? I did the work. I still had things left over, so I went to my primary care physician. They gave me the meds that I need to be on so that I could go to therapy and work on those problems. So those meds and AA got me to a place where I could work on these problems. Then I work on these problems and I solve them, and then I get rid of the meds. And now I'm free. That was the process. Okay. It took a lot of talking. It took a lot of meetings. It took a lot of thinking. It took a lot of writing. It took a lot of talking to God, man. It took a lot of acceptance. But I found out that I was better because I did it. And because I walked through it, and I didn't do it alone. Yeah, I didn't walk through that alone. Yeah, anybody that comes and listens to me was a part of that process. And so, excuse me, if it has been more than 6 months and you have been doing the work and you are still having depression, or maybe you're having like PTSD, it comes in the form of intrusive thoughts. Okay. Hey, Gary, good to see you, dude. And so PTSD comes in the form of intrusive thoughts. Right? Now, this is it's tough because, see, I have a new set of morals, and these morals do not go along with these intrusive thoughts. In fact, these intrusive thoughts are extremely mean, cruel, and sometimes violent. You know? And I'm like, but why, Dion? I always have to ask myself why. Why do we need to be angry about this? Right? I'm not finding the answer to that one. But I can seem to find the answer to why I should maybe turn around and see what I like in that person instead. You know? And I got to do that for everybody. It's not always easy. It's not. You know? there are people out there that are working against me. So what? I guess that just means I'm worth going against. You know, if we can't get to the point where we can smile and laugh at these things for being silly, then what's going to happen is I'm just going to get caught up in the drama. And I have to be very, very careful on the type of drama I let into my life, because this alcoholic brain thrives on drama. Oh, it loves drama. You bet your ass. Give me a good drama, I'll watch it, man. I like those deep-rooted, fucked up shows. I'm so desensitized to a lot of other things that I need deep and hard conversations. The rest is fluff to me. I really, you know, actually, I've gotten a lot better at it, because not everybody wants to have a tough, hard conversation all the time. So I've actually gotten a little bit better at, doing what I call water cooler talk. Why not? Why not? But even I went to a 5:30 meeting, and I just went. I'm like, it was either go live. I was kind of, something was catching me. And it was like, go live or go to the meeting. I'm like, well, go to the meeting, and then if you want to go live, then you can go live. And I went, right? And there was somebody there that I hadn't seen in a little bit. And we hung, and I went to the meeting. I'm like, oh man, I don't know anybody. And which is unusual, because that means that a lot of people may have left the group. But one person showed up, and I knew that. I'm like, okay. And I hadn't talked to this person before. We sat on the phone for, even the host was like, we're like, well, you can make us a host. Get out of here. And we just talked. We caught up on things. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And she said to me, she said, Dion, you're one of those people where I don't see you for months, but it feels like we haven't skipped a beat. She said, everywhere I go, she said, when you pop up in a meeting, people react. And I don't know how to feel about that. And I'll tell you why. Does it make me feel good? Of course it does. Okay, but I have to watch my humility, or it'll go straight to my fucking head, because I love being the center of attention. But at the same time, I don't want power or control, even to make you happy. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that Q-tip. Yeah. That's a good way to put it, Gary. Thank you. So it is okay. I'm going to tell you something. In my world, weak people do not ask for help. Okay? That's been my experience. Strong people ask for help. We do. Why? Because it's hard to do. It's the only reason. Okay? There's a fear there. Just like I was talking with a friend of mine, right? And she's an interventionist, and she's a great fucking interventionist. And I've been sending people to her, but I'm not hearing things, right? And I thought, well, maybe it has to do with HIPAA. So I wrote her, I'm like, has anybody I sent you even followed through? And she said, no. I'm like, man. Like, are there qualifying questions? Because I don't want to waste her fucking time either. It's a reflection on me when I say, hey, this person's going to call you and you don't. Okay? So don't go asking people for help, and when they give it to you, not use it. That's a slap in the face, man. Okay? All right. I'll tell you what, though, because my friend brought up a good point. She said, what did she say? I want to use her words because she was right. People are terrified, that was it, of doing interventions, sometimes more terrified than them dying. Okay. See, as now, what does this come back to? So this is going to make me think, Dion, not everybody is appreciative of hard conversations like you are. See? So, because I'm not going to give up on this person. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to push it with him either, but you ask for help. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. Don't ask me for help if you ain't going to follow through, because I'll put my foot up your ass right after. Right? Are you going to do the work? No? Okay, then call me when you do. Until then, I wish I had time to work with unwilling people, but I don't. Okay. Let me rephrase that. It's hard for me to work with people that don't want to grow. I don't know if they're unwilling. That's not for me to determine, right? So, all right. I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for being here, Gary. It was good to see you, brother. Hope you have a good day. I love you. Peace out. And have a day.